Happy opening day. Got Odds and Tommy here. Finally seen something. Oh wait, it's only 7:30. Little spike across there. Opening day rifle, so all of us are hanging out. Gonna shoot something today, hopefully. Right ups. Yeah.
I'm not shooting on that.
Well,
I got my license.
Yeah.
Or my bow. Or my rifle.
It's kind of wet and damp this morning. Pretty, I don't know, it's about 50 degrees already. 45, 50, somewhere in there. It's pretty comfortable. 43.
Yeah.
So, we're in the box blind at my grandpa's. And, had a interesting walk down, because nobody's been down here yet this year. But, we're gonna sit tight, see how we see today. So far, good sign. He's over there working at the scrape.
Hopefully his dad goes and it says,
Yeah, hopefully. That's a good sign. I mean, it's hard to know where the scrapes and stuff are when you haven't been down here at all. I just hope his dad or his grandpa comes through and tries to do the same thing.
I assume if any more come, they probably come back there where he got from.
Yeah, it's a good chance. A lot of the trails were pretty beat down coming through there.
Yeah.
And like I said, nobody's been down here, so they haven't been, there's no, nobody bothering them.
I see one
Where?
right over there on that hill. Right there.
What hill?
Over by those big trees right there. It's over by the bush, I think.
So he's out here in front of us now.
this guy's just carefree over here.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know where they'll be heading tonight.
Just had 4 does cross the river over here. There's one still standing down there, can't see it. Still got our spike across the river from us here. We're trying to catch them before they hit the river. It's hard though. This is all so thick. Oh, you can really see him now. Over there. I think there's scrapes all the way across that ridge right there. 'Cause he's done that 3 times now.
Yeah, he's got like 6, 8 inch spikes on him.
Yeah. It's so hard to see him though through there. It's so thick. They hit the river by the time we see them, unless they're right down here under the blind. At least we're not skunked. That's always a plus. Dude, I thought I was having a heart attack or something.
That's what I told Aubrey. I said, I better go help your dad.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, I just shot that guy. Right where those does, those 3 does come across, right where they were. Had no time to turn the camera on, nothing. I wish it would have been on camera. The blind is about 200 yards that way. I had to get out and start running so that he didn't float away. And now I gotta get him because this little curve in the river right here is over my head deep. I know it is because I fished it before. But I just wanted to get him, not let him float away. And I just realized how fat and out of shape I am. My heart's beating like crazy. I better get him out of there. I don't want him to let loose of that one. Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
I got a little wet foot, but no worse for wear.
There you go.
Now that's a story right there. Okay. There he is. Now, I gotta get him up out of here, so we'll be back with you shortly. Well, we made it back into the blind. Lost my hat. Tommy had to pick up my hat, flew off in my mad dash. I ran right up here along the river, all the way around. And that deer is laying way up over here, about 200 yards away. Got him drug up the side of the hill. Very out of shape. But we're back in the blind. It's only 8:10, so got a lot of time left. So hopefully Tommy can get a crack at something. Still a lot of shots going off around us. Again, apologize for not getting the shot on camera, but I didn't have time. He was right there. I mean, he was right there. Shot him and he dropped instantly, so I handed off my gun and jumped out of this blind and ran as fast as I could. I'm gonna feel that tomorrow. But Tommy came and helped me. He floated down. I got ahead of him. I was about 20 yards in front of him. Luckily, the river is pretty slow right in that section. And then he floated down and got caught up under a log at that curve. Hung up there, so there's a lot of sign coming through this thick part right here. A couple scrapes, couple nice rubs, so lots of tracks. Hopefully we'll double down today. That's the goal. It's been an interesting opening morning so far. Did I ever tell you about this ain't the first time this happened. So me and AJ were down here and he shot a doe at that corner down there. And she dropped on the bank. We went down to get her. And all this thick stuff. And it's a hell of a drag. All them deadfalls and stuff. Well, I was like, why don't we just float her down the river? I never told you this.
Yeah.
Okay. I did tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, so you know this story. Yeah. Waders filled up and I had to crawl on the other side of the bank because I was full of water and that deer, lost her. She floated down around and the next next day, me and Will came over looking for it, and my grandpa was like, "You're never gonna find that deer. It's probably in the bay by now." We walked over there and we're looking, and you could just see a white little patch of white kind of bobbing at the water level. That deer was hung up on them logs. But did I tell you the story about the little buck that he shot down here? That he had to jump in the river. Okay. So we're sitting here. It was Thanksgiving weekend. That was like 2016 or something. Anyway, we're sitting here and we heard a splash in the river right over here, and right by that big cedar. Well, I looked over there and I seen a deer come out about 10 yards into the frickin' river. It curled back around. It went to the bank and never come back up. And I was like, dude, it's gonna sound crazy, but let's go out and see, out to the bank and see if we can see it. So we did, and this little 6-point was laying up there, like on the side of the bank. And I was like, man, there's something off with it. He's hurt or something. Well, I was gonna like, do you want to shoot him? And he's like, no, you go ahead. And I was like, all right. And I was like, I had my gun up, and I said, are you sure you don't want to take him? He goes, yeah, all right, I'll take him. So he shoots him. And I told him, he was so close, I told him, just aim right at his neck. Just drop him right there. Well, he shot him in the rib cage. A bullet went back in his guts. It like bounced off his rib cage into the guts. Well, the deer just fell over, like dropped. And so I'm like, all right, he's done. So we come back up here, and I'm up here getting the guns, and I look down. That deer was in the river crossing right here. So he's crossing the river. Well, he got almost to the other side, and he freaking died. And he just started floating. And I looked down at AJ. He was standing down there, and I was like, dude, you're gonna have to go in the river and get him. So he did the same thing. He ran down to that little point where that shallow part is. And he walked out, and he's standing right in the middle of the river waiting. And the deer floated right down to him. He's just standing there, and he just reached down and grabbed the deer and pulled it off up to the bank. But yeah, this river is something else, man. It's yeah, it's definitely interesting when they get it in that water.
Yeah.
It's part of why I love coming down here so much. It's always a good story. I think it's a buck, ain't it?
I don't know, I can't see it.
It's look right under that birch tree. It might be a doe. I don't know. I can't really tell.
It's a doe. Oh no, it's a spike.
It's that spike.
Yeah.
He must have crossed the river, unless it's a different one.
The other one's later.
Yeah, it's a spike. My scope sucks so bad, dude.
He doesn't like something.
Maybe it's too deep.
Shit.
Maybe it's too deep.
No, I don't
It's
think.
looking right at us.
Are you sure that's a spike?
It's not a spike, but it's a little 4-point.
Okay, I was gonna say it looked like.
He's tall.
I was gonna say
Here, look through this.
I could see some. I could see some stuff up there. Where's your grunt call? Do it again, louder.
It sounds like one of those babies.
I think he's so far away that he can't hear us.
He's just a tall 4-point. He's 4-corned.
Is he?
Yeah.
Be a heck of a drag
Yeah, would be.
for a 4-point.
Yeah, I mean, he's tall and he's outside of his ears, but he's just a 4-point. I gotta get a new scope, dude. This thing is terrible. I say that every fucking year, and you know what I do every year?
You don't get one. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I tell you what, the deer are moving today. That's 6. No, yeah, that's 6 so far.
Third buck we've seen.
3rd buck. Yeah. And it's only been what time is it right now? 8:30.
8:40.
8:40. So it's only been an hour since I shot that other buck.
Doesn't seem like it's been that long.
Hopefully he makes his way down this way so we can get a better look at it. Looks like a big 4-point, maybe a 6. I wonder, he might even bed down right there. He's over there scratching himself, hanging out. See? Do it again.
Why is it funny?
Because the first time you blew it so hard, I think the deer in Kansas hurt you.
I mean, you wasn't even blowing it down.
No, it was definitely loud and hard.
That sounded like your farts.
It's getting towards dark now, and Aubrey wants to grunt.
If you use your hand on the bottom and then kind of go like that when you get blowing it.
No, honey, just blow soft. Just like this. Just like this.
God, you're so
Why was I putting my mouth on it?
You gotta cover the hole with your mouth and just blow. That's better, but a little bit softer. There you go. See the difference? That's why it's fun to take kids hunting.
It sounds like one of those big squeaky toys that Simba has.
Jerky.
Yeah, it looks like 2 fawns. 2 full-size does.
Yeah. It's only 3:45, so I'm moving pretty early. So that's cool. Yeah, but- No. No. I bet you they're probably gonna come right over here and drop down this this trail. It's crazy they get in that thick stuff and you barely even see them in there.
I can see the one that's farther behind, but I can't see any of the rest of them. Oh wait, now I can. I just saw their ears move.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a buck behind them.
I mean, it's a big group.
That's deer number 11 for the day.
He's got a little kicker on the left side.
There's another one.
Yeah, all the way down in that grass.
Oh, I see it.
Another doe. Yeah, and there's one bedded doe. See that?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that won't pass
Dude,
the tree.
I've been looking at that, wondering what that was. That's a duck. That's a deer bedded.
I was doing the same thing. It's a bedded deer, yeah.
Bedded right there in that campsite. That's funny. I seen it, but I was like, I just thought it was like a turned over chair or something. That's funny.
The snow. There's multiple over here. In front of us. See him
Oh yeah,
looking right at us.
yeah.
That spike's still over here.
Yeah, that spike somewhere back in that thick stuff back in there.
I just seen him a minute ago. What's that one?
Probably
Oh, it's a branch.
covered in deer right now. It's been a good opening day so far. Just hoping one of these does has a bigger buck behind them.
There's that spike come back out. On the does. Look at him.
Oh yeah. He's like, hey, how you doing?
Oh, he's gonna go chase it. Look at her hunched up though.
Yeah, just being.
Oh yeah, he's on that. He's like, come on, man, just one click. Nice weird animals.
There he is, right there. Just see him right there. See him right about, pretty close to where that buck was standing this morning.
He's looking right at you. Don't move.
Is he?
Don't move. He's looking right at us. He's like, well, that looks a lot different.
Well, that and pretty sure he's seen us across the river.
Yeah, you gotta press for a shot. There's one branch that's got.
Oh, dude, you could smash him right there
Oh, right there, you could.
easily.
Now let's see when he comes into this opening here.
Through our freshly trimmed opening. much they smell us. Nope, she's here. Yeah. They're still hard to see in that grass. Yeah. Do they? I know, that's what makes me think there might be a buck back there. There's still time. Well, guys, that's a wrap. Opening day has officially come to an end, and it was a good one. We had 18 different sightings. Don't know if they're the same deer or not, but 18 sightings for sure. And yeah, we're tired, but it was a good day, so we had fun. Bright light.
Very.
Did you have fun, Hobbs?
Yeah. Let's see.
Can't see. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Go get the deer. He's still laying up there on the hill, so see a few. Well, guys, here he is all strung up. As you can see, it's actually the next day after we drug him up and got him in the truck and everything, got him home. It was pretty late, and we were beat after that whole ordeal yesterday. And but that was a fun hunt. Hunting next to that river is always, you always take a risk, you know, with the deer by that river. It's claimed a lot of deer. I mean, it's kind of like a swamp. Between me and my grandpa, we've lost a few of them in that river, unfortunately. Once they fall in there, it takes them away pretty quick. But that's why I had to rush the shot. You know, we watched those 3 does come across, and I just got done saying we should watch behind them to make sure it wasn't a buck. And sure enough, Tommy looked over, said, "Deer, deer, deer," and I looked, saw his rack, and didn't have any time to turn the camera on or nothing. He was standing on the edge of that bank, and I wanted to get the shot off before he got into that river, which didn't matter in the end anyway, because he ended up dropping right in his tracks and fell into the river. So it's always a fun time down there, though. Another story to add, another river story. But I want to give a huge shout out and thank you again to Tommy. You know, I ran down that bank and got up to this deer in the river, and I looked up and I saw him coming down the side of the bank too. So super thankful for him being there with me, and you know, it was awesome to share that with him as well as my daughter. And hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry again I didn't get the shot on film. Again, it might not always be the shot on film with me, because I'm not going to let the deer get away just to try to fiddle with the camera. So I apologize, but I hope you can respect that. And we got back up to the house there. My Uncle Shane, he shot a buck last night too. Nice little basket rack 7-point. He actually had to take 2 shots at that deer. He missed the first time, and he stood around long enough to give him another shot. So congrats to him as well. So it was a really successful opening day all the way around. We had 18 sightings of deer. Whether or not they were the same deer, we don't know, but we had action pretty much all day except for right in the middle of the day. So that was pretty cool, and that's a successful day. I don't care where you are in the woods. So again, thank you guys for being here. Hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. If you haven't yet, remember, like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys all in the next video.